A local Black Lives Matter group wants to highlight anti-police brutality and denounce a North Augusta monument that honors the lone white man who was killed in a race riot during the Reconstruction era. News Channel 6's Renata Dubose talks with a descendant of the Meriwether family about taking the past into the future.
Now that a permit has been approved by the North Augusta City Council, those who want to protest at the Meriwether Monument this week can do so, and they are preparing. But we wanted to find out what those who are directly connected to Thomas McKee Meriwether have to say about it coming down.
My first thoughts were that it has to come down.
Shocking but true. The direct descendant of Thomas McKee Meriwether, the white man killed during the Hamburg Massacre race riot, whose monument is part of a Black Lives Matter cry to denounce the honor, wants the tribute removed.
Every day that we continue to allow this memorial to stand, we are rememorializing those values.
Those beliefs etched into the granite at Calhoun Park tells the story of a man described in his day as a brave and patriotic martyr in July of 1876. But words such as he exemplified the highest ideal of Anglo-Saxon civilization are what his distant relative, Brittany Meriwether Williamson, says have to go.
As people that grew up in the South, you don't have to go very far back to find people with racist values and white supremacists and slave owners. And so a lot of us have that in our history, but we get to decide today what our values are, and those are not my values.
Meriwether Williamson says she has contacted the Meriwether Society, the genealogical family group, to join her in taking the monument down. And she started a change.org petition to remove the statue honoring the man who is a cousin to her great-great-great-grandfather. Mayor Bob Pettit says he's worked to see what North Augustans want.
The consensus of this group was that the monument should remain. And the primary reason was if the monument remains, it then becomes a focal point of what happened, and if it's there, then we can use that as an example of this happened and we cannot allow it to happen again. Mayor
Pettit says the group wants to take what was negative and make it educational.
That viewpoint and opinion came from the African Americans that I was talking to and working with. And to be quite honest with you, the white members of the community were more in favor of removing it because they were embarrassed by what it said, because that's not what they believed in.
That Black Lives Matter protest and rally will be Saturday at 5 p.m. It will begin at the North Augusta Municipal Building and end right here at the Meriwether Monument. In North Augusta, Renata Dubose, WJBF News Channel 6. Back to you.